You know, a lot of you that know me know that I love camping. I love the outdoors. I love to be out in nature. And it's getting that time of year again, and I think everybody's jonesing. Everybody wants to get out and have a little bit of fun. So I was looking in the videos today all over YouTube. I researched camping and came across a couple of sites, and they called them bushcrafting. Now, here's what my thought on bushcrafting. A couple of guys on these videos get out there and they set up a fake camp somewhere in the woods, more than likely a backyard like mine where you just walk out into a forest. And they build a little fire in a Coke can with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and they heat up some Spam and some beans. And they eat the Spam and the beans and they say, "Oh my God, that's heavenly." And if you're going to go out there and cook, do something besides Spam and beans. You can teach a 10-year-old to do that. And as far as building your fire in your homemade jet stoves, rocket stoves, whatever you call them, this one guy almost burned down the forest or his backyard or wherever else he was. I mean, I'd love to have some of what he was smoking. He couldn't get a fire going, knocked his stove over, spilled his beans. I'm not going to mention his name. I don't want to embarrass him any farther than he has. But if you're going to do that, if you're going to camp, these people, 99.9% of them are not bushcrafters, whatever a bushcrafter is. I really haven't figured out what that is yet, but when I do, I'm sure I'll do a rant on that too. You see, when I go camping, and I've done this for years, I'm not a spring chicken, and I've been on a lot of campouts, I've slept in a lot of tents, and I've pretty much enjoyed the outdoors all over this United States. I like to cook. I like to cook over an open fire. I like to get up in the morning. I like to sit in the sunlight as the sun comes up and have my coffee and enjoy nature. I even enjoyed it when a deer walked into my tent. I have a teepee. It's a large teepee, and I had a deer last summer walk up and stick his head in the tent. He looked at me for a while, and I looked at him, and I finally said, "Good morning." And he just walked away like it happened every day to him. They're getting kind of tame out there. But, you see, being outdoors doesn't mean prepping. Now, I'm not a prepper. I never have been a prepper. I know how to cook over an open fire, and I can probably start a fire in a dozen different ways, with a dozen different things, from a striker to magnifying glass to parabolic lighter to pretty much anything. You can use steel wool and a AA battery. You know, it's nice to know how to do those things, and it really is. But that don't make me a prepper. I got a few guns, and I like guns. I like to shoot. I'm an old retired cop. I love to shoot. Don't make me a prepper. Tried some of that survival food. Not going to say what company I bought it from. It's pretty good stuff. Figures out to be about $6 per meal to feed 2 people. And they're not all the way filled up, but it'll keep them alive. I'm not a prepper, but I can do it cheaper. So you see, camping is not all about prepping. You know, hiding out, sleeping in low shelters so nobody could find you, starting fires so you can cook in holes in the ground. You know, you're not going to hide from anybody. I'm not hiding from anybody. My God, my teepee's 13 feet tall. I can't hide that. So, if you're going to cook spam and beans, teach your 10-year-old how to do it on the stove at home, and then maybe you can make lunch for you the next time you take your family and go camping, because this bushcraft is, as far as I'm concerned, bullcraft. But you may have another opinion. That's mine. This is the Troglodyte's thought for the day. Be sure to like and subscribe my page.